Woo! Couldn't wait to make a video on this. Because this election cycle, we got some of the best results. And some of those results include that we got to tell this man right here, nobody cares what you think, Obama and Big Mike. Nobody cares. And matter of fact, you pissed everybody off. Oh yeah, you pissed everybody off. Not just the black men, not just Hispanics, not just white people. You pissed everybody off. And one of the reasons why Kamala failed. You and Big Mike, they sent you out there with your Superman cape on, you out there sweating. And she got ketchup on her lips. That wasn't lipstick. Yeah. Well, we got some bad, devastating news for you today, sir. So let's go on, jump into it. You know. But let's go on and play this clip that been trending. Because he thought he was going to get his fourth term, didn't he? He thought he was going to get his fourth term. Woo! He thought he was going to get his fourth term, y'all. He thought he was going to get his fourth term.
The election proved that democracy's pretty far down on people's priority list. Pluralism is not about holding hands and singing Kumbaya. It is not about abandoning your convictions. It is about recognizing that in a democracy, power comes from forging alliances and building coalitions and making room in those coalitions, not only for the woke, but also for the waking.
Boy, I tell you, I really couldn't wait to get into this, you guys. But I hope everybody is blessed, well, and healthy, man. Shout out to them beautiful patriots, my brothers and sisters around the world, man. I encourage y'all to spread love, man. Especially during these holiday season. Merry Christmas, man. Especially these last 3.5, 4 years. You never know what somebody's going through. And I want that to be known, man. You know, you never know what somebody is going through. So if you get an opportunity, a chance to be a blessing, please take that chance, man. Please. Take the opportunity. But boy, oh boy, Obama. Got some bad news for you, some terrible news for you, you know. But just bitter now. Bitter. Because he didn't get his fourth term. Oh, yeah. You know, I bet he's regretting saying that Trump won't ever be that Trump won't ever be president, huh? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Take all of them with you. Grab Hillary. I know, and they look like they've been drinking more than usual. They look hungover. They look terrible now. Yeah. It's like they all been in a room together drinking. And gonna send Big Mike out there as well with that ketchup on her lips. That made me mad, man. She was eating a hot dog and gonna come out there and then wipe the ketchup off her lips. They ought to be ashamed of themselves. For real talk, y'all. Y'all be laughing, but I'm serious. He come out there sweating, you know. He got his hand on his jawline, trying to figure this thing out. Why people ain't voting for the woman. It don't got nothing to do with that. Because there's a lot of qualified women, I believe, that could be president. Actually qualified. But what we seen was DEI. Didn't earn it, not qualified, unqualified. We didn't see it. And I'm glad this election exposed all of this, y'all. And I'm glad this election, you know, these results said, you Obama, hell with you Obama. Kick rocks, Obama. That's what this election results said, baby. You don't get your fourth term, sir. So let's go and roll it, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm feeling good. Hope y'all feeling good too, man. I love y'all.
One of the lessons I think we've come to understand, I hope that everyone has come to understand, is the power of projection.
Yes.
Accuse your opponent of the sins which you're committing. President Obama gave us, former President Obama, gave us another example of projection Thursday night in Chicago. He gave a speech where he talked about the weaponization of government and the polarization of your opponent, the polarization of America. Let's listen to the words of former President Obama.
Since total victory is impossible in a country politically split down the middle, the result is a doom loop of government gridlock, even greater polarization, when I mentioned to a few friends that our foundation would be hosting a forum on democracy and pluralism, I got more than a few groans and eye rolls, especially since, as far as they were concerned, the election proved that democracy is pretty far down on people's priority list. There are going to be times, potentially, when one side tries to stack the deck and lock in a permanent.
He's drunk. He's fucking drunk. He's out of there. He's been sitting with Nancy, Kamala. They all been in the same room. All of them. They're all drunk. All these drunk Democrats, they're drunk. I'm telling you. Drunk entire inventory. That's what DEI means too as well. Drunk entire inventory. And it looked like they should have checked that he should have blew in that walkie-talkie before walking on this stage, y'all. I'm serious. Because I think he was mixing the clear and the dark.
Grip on power, either by actively suppressing votes or politicizing the armed forces or using the judiciary, the criminal justice system to go after opponents.
That, my friends, is projection.
That is amazing, actually. So it's intentional. I mean, this isn't just some tick or something that just popped into his head because he's bummed out that they lost the election so bad. I mean, people need to understand Barack Obama has been a really negative force on this country and on politics.
He was one of the main reasons. I keep telling y'all this. I know, and a lot of y'all be agreeing. One of the presidents that come with that we say, well, what's one of the presidents? You know, a lot of this really, come from Obama. Yeah, a lot of people have a bad taste in their mouth when it comes to Obama now, man. He's a part of the problem. Some of the biggest things started with him.
And creating so much division, that comes from Saul Alinsky.
A big divider.
Don't forget, Barack Obama was teaching rules for radicals. He was teaching about Saul Alinsky at the University of Chicago. That is a hero to him. And one of his rules, among many, that was meant to basically dismantle society and bring about this, liberal utopia. One of them was how to attack your enemy. And Saul Alinsky, took his lessons from Lucifer, actually. Like, he talked about that being somebody who could teach them how to take power and control. And here's Barack Obama, Charlie, I think, really kind of going, he's in a bad spot.
Yeah.
He created this. He thought it was going to become this permanent power base for him. And now he's accusing the right of what he did because he's just super bummed out right now.
Yeah, and it is total projection. It's also desperation. That's the thing that is so striking to me about that entire, all those remarks that he made, that entire speech or whatever it was. It was the depth of he's very bitter. That's not
bitter. Not getting that fourth term.
Who gave that speech in 2004. Even if you didn't agree with him and didn't like him and didn't agree with his policy prescriptions, it's a different guy than he was when he gave that speech in 2004 or when he won that election in 2008. Doubt. He is a deeply bitter, angry guy, and he's talking about how voters don't care about democracy.
Open change has turned into dour and bitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bitter and projectionism.
And I would say, and while he's projecting, he's not just projecting that which we all know at this point, which is the Department of Justice was weaponized under Joe Biden. There was a consolidation of permanent Washington under Joe Biden. What we should also point out is it all began under Barack Obama.
Yes. Yep.
That is when, for example, he spied on a Fox News reporter. That is when Lois Lerner targeted conservatives with the IRS. That is when much of this began and was just extrapolated under the presidency of Joe Biden.
Yeah. And then they also under Barack Obama and then metastasized under Joe Biden, which, many people believe that administration was being run out of Obama's mansion in Colorado, Washington, D.C. But that said, I mean, the censorship industrial complex that was used to also consolidate that power is something else. And that's one of the things that people were really voting against, along with the weaponization of the government, this idea that it could be used to censor us and therefore allow them to consolidate power. Barack Obama is very isolated right now. Even his best friend, George Clooney, who wrote the op-ed that ended up pushing out Joe Biden, is now upset at Barack Obama, going, hey, you told me to write that op-ed. Now everyone's blaming me online. Where are you, Barack Obama? Barack Obama's becoming, he's not used to not being glorified. And this is an interesting moment for him.
Yeah, and meanwhile, across the aisle, you have Donald Trump, who has taken over the mantle of sort of occupying the broad center of American public opinion on things like illegal immigration, to the point where you even have New York City's Mayor Eric Adams, who has previously supported sanctuary cities, so he can't be let off the hook entirely. But he's open to the idea that Donald Trump and Republicans might very well have some solutions to solve the grave problems in the city. Watch this.
Would you ever consider rejoining the GOP?
The party that's the most important for me is the American Party. I'm a part of the American Party. I love this country. This is the home of the free, the land of the brave.
So Eric Adams there, who has taken the side, to your point, Charlie, of Donald Trump, or at least tilted in the direction of Donald Trump when it comes to illegal immigration. They're even leaving.
Yeah, I like when he said, y'all go look at what Obama and Hillary, go look what they said. Go look what they said in the past. Why did they all of a sudden, change? Go look what they said in the past. I love that he said that. Then I love that he said, cancel me. I don't care. That stood out to me, y'all. I know it stood out to you guys too. Cancel me. I don't care. And he talked about the cancel culture. He talked about everything, man. And I know some of y'all say he might be trying to get, he trying to get saved by Trump. But look, it comes a time and it comes a place, man. And him saying that he wants to sit down with the Trump's borders are, yeah, he got my respect. He got my point. I told you that tide is turning. America has a voice now. People are sick and tired. Enough is enough.
The door open to a return to the Republican Party.
Yeah,
well,
just look at New York. Just look at New York. Look at New York City, man. Enough is enough, man.
Coming due. He's like, wait a minute, maybe this wasn't such a great idea.
But also, don't forget, Mayor Eric Adams was the subject, I think, of the weaponization that we were just talking about. You said he was for sanctuary cities. He saw the effects on his city. He was listening to the feedback coming from the Bronx and Queens and people saying, this is horrible. Our crime is up. We can't walk the streets. There's
ridiculous.
Illegal businesses on the sidewalk. The place looks like crap. And so he started to respond to it and draw attention to what was happening at the border.
Just look at those cities. As soon as he started talking, Trump said they're going to come get him. They're going to come get him.
And all of a sudden, he had a big investigation on him. And so Donald Trump famously at the Catholic event here in New York City just before the election, sort of reaching out and saying, hey, I know what that feels like. This government can be weaponized. And I think that's why he's losing his thrill with the Democrat Party. And again, it might just be, that he's just being politically savvy, reading the tea leaves. People are in no mood for Democrats and their radical agenda right now. But I also think that he has experience enough to know that this was not good for his city and also what happened to him personally. So it's a lot going on.
Yeah, but there it is, y'all. But I'm just glad this election cycle, had some amazing results, man, and that we got to finally you can realize that nobody cares what Obama thinks. Nobody cares for Obama. You're not getting your fourth term, sir. Pack your bags. Why haven't you left yet? But shout out to them beautiful Patriots, man. I love you guys. I know y'all know I got to come on here and act a fool with y'all, man. I try to be more and more professional some days, but on the weekends I can't do it. I'm sorry, y'all. I can't do it. I got to show my whole. It's on here on the weekend, baby. Yeah. But we got to have fun with this thing, man, because politics is a dirty game, and it's been dirty for a while, and America's been corrupted and dirty, especially these last 3.5, 4 years, man. It's a disgrace what they've allowed to happen. You know, I'm not the only one coming on here speaking like this. I'll tell you that. But I love y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you are new here. And I will catch you beautiful people in the next one. Peace and love, y'all.